So what we're going to do today is show you guys how to install one of our products. This is a control switches box. We're going to be putting it on our Polaris Sportsman 570. To begin the process, obviously you have to remove your old control switch box that comes with your bike. So in order to do that, there would be several screws that you'd have to loosen up to actually pull the switch off. As far as on the bike itself, you would have to remove the cover screws, so 1, 2, and there's 3 and 4 in the front. Once you remove those screws, the whole cover would pop out. At that point, you'd be able to see what wires are connected to your current control switch box. Once you disconnect all of the wires, it would then just be a simple process of removing this rubber handle from your handlebar, and then from there you'd be able to take off your old control switch box, and then we could start the process of installing our new one. So we're going to put the control switch box back onto the handlebars. So what you want to do is open it up. You have to take out the long set screw that holds it together, and then it'll just pop open like this. You want to open it up so that the back is almost like on a hinge. Slide the bottom underneath the handlebar. Now the way this is set up, we actually had to add this handlebar after removing the old one in order to install the control switches box. But you have to kind of turn the top so that it goes around the rubber. And then from there you can guide it onto the bottom of the box itself. So this rubber's kind of in the way, but you just move it out. So now the bottom's here. Secure it on the handlebar, and then what you would want to do is put the top on, but we have to add a support to secure the control switch box to the handlebar with this bracket right here. It actually slides in, so you kind of have to pull the box towards you a little bit, and then this piece slides into place like so. And once that top bracket's in place, you can secure it to the bottom with this hex bolt that comes provided. Just tighten that up. If you want to secure it even further, we have a set screw. It's 5/64. It comes with the bag of parts, and that just goes in this top hole right here. And that's, again, just to secure it even more and to make sure it doesn't rotate as you're riding. And that's it. So now that's on there solid. And now to close it, the same sort of deal. You're gonna start from the back, get around the outside portion, and just close it over itself. So it's gonna sit just like that. And now you screw in from the bottom the same way you took it out. And we're just going to finish up. You have 2 hex screws on the front and back of here. Again, just securing the top and the bottom together. So that's easy and accessible flipping that. You come out the front. It's the same thing right here. Sometimes it doesn't want to line up perfectly, so you kind of have to finagle it. And then it'll just set itself.
So what step are you on now?
So right now we have the connector, the PC board. We're going to be hooking it up here. What we're going to do here is we're going to actually make a cover so that this isn't exposed to any of the elements. And what it's going to do, it's going to make connecting these easier. We're going to basically give an illustration on which connector goes to which.
Okay. So like you can see here on that connector in your hand, it's got the line on it, and the picture has the line on it.
So that would go with this.
Right.
And if you flip to the other side,
you see the top of the connector and the picture of the top of the connector there. Okay.
So that way you can't get it mixed up, put one side upside down and vice versa.
Okay, cool. And those are the connectors that were plugged in to the original box. Got it. Okay.
So right now we have it connected to the PC board. Because we don't have a cover on it now, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the whole thing with electrical tape, so again, it's not exposed.
Okay, but in the future we'll have a cover for that, right?
We are going to have a cover, yes. We got the PC board plugged in. Next, we're going to hook up our accessories. So on this bike, we added a horn, which is bought aftermarket. We bought it off of Amazon. So it comes with this wire. It actually comes, it does not come with this connector. So what we did was we provided you with a bag of parts. Obviously that connector is right there. So what you can do is cut the button off that comes with it, hook up our connector, and then now what that'll do is it'll hook up to our control switches box. So according to our sheet here, you have two options that you can plug the horn into. The orange and brown wire connected to the yellow button, and the blue and gray wire connected to the black button. So in this case, I want my horn to be the yellow, so I'm going to hook up my orange and brown wire to the horn. That's just popping in like this. Secure it in there. So now that we have the horn hooked up, I'm going to hook up another accessory part that we added to the bike, light bars. Same thing with the light bars, we bought them aftermarket, so what we had to do was cut the connectors off that were pre-installed on there. Again, with the bag of parts that we have installed, the fittings that'll make it fit with our control switches box. So that's as simple as putting this spade connector into here, and then this other one goes to here. And so now our light bar is connected. Light bar is hooked up. We can now control with our control switches box. What's nice about our control switches box, it actually has 4 positions. So right now it's in position 1, which is off, so none of the lights are on. First position is low beam. You bump it up to second position, that's your high beam, and then your last position, the 4th one, is your high beam with your light bar. And once you're in that 4th position with the high beam and your light bar, that's when your blue LED will light. One last thing to plug in, at least for this bike, the blue and gray wire go to the black button on your control switches box. So for this bike, what we have is a reverse override. So that, the blue and gray wire is going to plug into this right here on your PCB. And there you go. So now your black button is going to control your reverse override. Now that we have everything installed, you'll see that we have 3 bolt connectors here that aren't plugged in. These are actually for a winch. We don't have that on this bike, but if you do have a winch, with our parts accessories bag, you're able to hook it up so that the control switches box would still control your winch. So that would be this button right here. So it would be the winch in and out. And the same thing would apply. So you take the winch control, you would have to cut the wires, crimp these barrel connectors to those wires, and then from there just plug these in, and then you'd be all set. Then your control switches box will control your winch as well. Now that we have everything set up and connected, we tested to make sure everything was functioning on the control switches box, including the lights, the horn, pretty much everything that we installed. So now what we're going to do is you can apply electrical tape around the PCB, but like we said, we're also going to be making the cover that goes around this so you don't have to tape it. But basically just take some electrical tape for now, wrap it around here just to protect it. And then from there, you basically just have to zip tie the wires and try to clean it up so that the cover can go back over this with your parts bag. We have stickers, various stickers for, like it said, for the different accessories that you have on your bike. So we don't have much on this one, but that's what this would be for. And sharing out, we have a little.
You should wash your hands before so that you don't get dirt on the back of your stickers.
Good tip, Joe. Little horn.
It's gonna be loud.
Sticker.
Oh, I didn't push it.
Didn't push it. And where's the reverse one? Reverse override. If you guys can manage to put these on correctly without losing them, God bless you.
I showed how to do it using a knife You didn't watch my video.
I did not. Okay, so we have everything zip tied. Now it's just a matter of getting the cover back on. So we got the cover on. We're pretty much all done. So to, again, demonstrate the control switch box, turn the control switch box on, turn the key. If we had a winch, that's what would activate it. And then we have our light controls here, 4 positions: off, low beam, high beam, and your light bar. We have our USB port here, so you can charge your phone or any other accessory while you're riding. We have the horn, and we also have our reverse override. So that's pretty much it. Everything's buttoned up and this thing's ready to ride.